Hey guys, it's been a bit. Thought I'd go ahead and make another video. Like I said, I've been awfully busy. There's a lot of stuff going on. And, there's just a lot of stuff going on. But I decided right now, just to keep you guys from having nothing to do, and because I have spare time before I will be uploading again for a bit, I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. So I'm going to go ahead and swap the camera and go into something real quick. Ignore the mess in the background, but this is my new web gear setup. You guys can already see a lot of gear on here, so it's going to take a minute to go through it. First of all, a USMC dump pouch, and I'll show you guys how it's mounted on there in just a few. This is just a standard Alice magazine pouch, nothing special. It's worn out, and I took the grenade sliders off, so it's completely bare bone, just mag pouch now. The belt is a normal Alice belt, a worn one with a condor buckle. That piece right there is also condor. That is from an LC2 belt, and then both of those are Alice pieces of hardware. The next pouch is a 9mm pistol mag pouch in Coyote Brown. I believe it's Marine Corps. I do not remember though. M67 entrenching tool carrier, standard issue. I've had this one for a while. A lot of these pouches. So I had that FLC fighting load carrier in Coyote Brown, but I never could adjust it right. It just didn't work out for me. So I ended up taking it apart, and you guys will see what I did with a lot of the parts soon. This is a M67 first aid kit. No, all the pouches are empty right now because this is just my personal rig. I'm not going to be using it for a little while. So, I just keep everything emptied out for storage purposes. It's easier to store it that way. A normal Molly Coyote Brown canteen / general purpose pouch. Just a normal Marine Corps one. Just another Alice pouch with the side grenades part taken off. And another pistol pouch with the same hardware on that side. Next part is M1967 suspenders, unissued. I paid $56 for these. In total, I'd say these pouches, they're about $6 or $10 each. It's about $20 for those two right there. Even in this condition, people still charge like $15 for them. So I'm gonna go around 20 for them. And then a belt would obviously be about 15 to 20, so that's around $35 to $40. And then it was like, I think it was like 15 for the two pistol pouches. So, yeah. It was like 40 for that, 40 for that, 15 for that, 20 for that, 56 for those. And then I bought a 2-pack for the first aid pouches. And those were like $15 because of shipping. So yeah, it's a pretty expensive rig to get a complete one, but it's just my personal one. I'm going to go into how it all works on this side real quick before I go into the next part of the video. We're going to start off on this side. These are from M1956 suspenders, and they're looped down into the webbing right there, fed up through, twisted around into some of the hardware from those suspenders, and then they're twisted into an X shape, and then that secures it tight, let it work, won't come off. Now, unless I purposely mess with it, it'll be perfectly fine, which makes it a pretty good setup. I use Alice clips on the Molly webbing on the under part of the pouches, where you basically feed the clip up through both parts of those, and then you hook it over your belt. It's a good trick. It allows you to use newer pouches. One thing I don't like about Molly is that the buttons, they seem to pop off a lot easier. But that just could be because it's military ones. I don't know about normal Molly gear. It's just all military items. So you guys can see I use the same trick for the canteen pouch and everything. And then for these, I did use the part that was already on there, which are on I believe they're on all the M1967 suspenders. But I also used electrical tape. Some people aren't going to like that because it does mess up the strap a little bit. Puts a sticky residue on it. But it's my personal rig. I don't plan on getting rid of it. So I don't think it mattered too much. Yeah, it's kind of covered up. But it's supposed to be suspenders filled packed nylon. And then there's most of the numbers. I have the tape there so this pouch doesn't move a whole bunch. And in there I do have a field dressing because there's no point taking it out. And the field dressing I believe is 92 dated. Now if I were to change out my belt, then I'd change it out for an LC2 belt. But for now the one that I have on here works just fine. And I don't have a year on the belt because it's so worn out. But we're going to move on to the next item. I bought these to go into the back of the suspenders where those hooks are. I've never liked Alice suspenders. In my opinion, where they just have the strap that goes right down the middle instead of the two, because they're a Y harness. My opinion, it doesn't hold your gear up as well, and it doesn't distribute the weight properly. That's just my opinion, and it feels better with H suspenders. I've always preferred them. Some people prefer the Y harness. I prefer the H harness. It's just a preference. But on the back of the M67, I can carry this using the D-rings here. Now, I think they were intended to also be able to do that, just by the name of the suspenders. But you were also meant to carry your poncho liner carrier, or your sleeping bag carrier, or whatever, on the back of it. But this is just a, they're a field training butt pack, 3-day training butt pack that the Army came out with back in like the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. And you know, it's got the straps up here with the buckle, so tighten it onto your LBV. It's also got your slots for your Alice clips. I just have straps fed through them right now. But I have both the Fastex buckles right up on the front, like all of them. It's a really nice get up. You also get better storage capacity, more water resistance. It's also got the capability of having the barrel lock. And then, you know, obviously I'm not gonna mess with it too much today, but you practically, if it would work, I can't pull it good enough with one hand. But I mean, you get a pretty good amount of room in there. Kind of hard to see it, but yeah, you get like a lot of storage capacity in there. And there's all the information if you guys want to read it. But let me go ahead and close it back up. This is just something that I bought to go over the back of that. Or I can wear it on the back of a belt, or put a strap over it, carry it as a side bag. It's a really useful pouch. It was only $40, I won't complain. The other thing, I went over this previously. At least I think I did. I had 2 of those British field pack pouches on there from the gas mask bag. But I never really went over this. This is the Eagle Industries drop lug panel. And it's pretty good for $15. I mean, I don't really use it much. But if anything, it can definitely be used. And it's a really good piece. If anything, you can always just take this off, turn it into a tactical belt or something. You know, or use this. I mean, if anything, it's good for parts. So there's that. I also bought a whoopee, or a poncho liner. The straps that I use to cinch it down, they're actually not just purchase straps. They're made. I made them. I don't sew nothing, so I just use tape. But it's basically a Molly 2 buckle in gray from a military, some military item. I don't know if it was an assault pack or whatever. I salvage parts off of all kinds of gear that I don't use. But the strap is from a Marine Corps fighting load carrier. The buckle was from some type of ACU gear. And that's pretty much all it consists of, and some electrical tape. But the whoopee, I really like this thing. I haven't really used it much yet. All I did was just feel it, just see how much I liked it. And they're incredible. I recommend them. You can use them for so much. I'm not going to make a whole video about it. It would take too long. I'm gonna go into my personal newer backpack setup in just a moment, but real quick, update on my Alice pack. I did rebuild the straps, so using parts from another set of Alice pack straps. These aren't done properly. I don't know how to properly put those around the D-rings. If you guys know, please in the comments link me a video or something to it, so that way I can properly do that. But on a video I saw on YouTube, that's the best way to do it. And then I just looped it around the D-ring, but he just said feed that around the strap like that. But I don't know, it don't seem right. That's not how it was when I got it, but it's better than not having it on there at all. And to be honest, the Alice pack straps, they're not bad, but they're not great. They dig into your shoulders and in your neck primarily. It's not great, but they work, especially for an 80s impression. And both of these things put together make a pretty good impression starter kit. So there's that. Another thing is my French Foreign Legion backpack. It does not have the lid. And in there I have a World War II dress, pants, coat, hat, chocolate chip boonie hat, and 2 Vietnam boonie hats. But besides that, there's nothing else in there. Besides, there's also my Papa Woody's jacket and 90s M65. My 80s one is right there, which is my Papa Woody's. Or not my Papa Woody's, my Uncle Smokey's, my bad. Okay, now my whole setup is a lot different. That hat right there is actually a German hat from, I think it was 94. It was 91 through 94, one of the years. I think it was 94. But it's a German hat. Got it from one of my neighbors. He's a hunter, so he got it in a bunch of stuff he bought. Same for that, which is a M1925 gas mask bag, or a M25A1. My bad, M25A1. That is a hedgehog down there, if y'all were wondering. But yeah, there's that. In there, I have a Vietnam era M1949 mountain sleeping bag. It's a little bag you put around it to hold it down. I have one of them in there, but it is sewed in, worn out, and it's got a tear across the side. I can't use it no more. Plus, I did clean up my sleeping bag, and it turns out that my sleeping bag, when I cleaned it, it screwed up the down. Plus, I'm allergic to down. So, even though I got my whole collection back, I still can't even use that. Okay, another thing, this is an 80s waterproof clothing bag. It's the updated version, or actually I think that one's a 70s dated, but practically the same thing. The one from before was for the sleeping bag and as a waterproof clothing bag. So that I thought was interesting. And it's canvas with a waterproof liner in it. That one's nylon with a waterproof liner. Okay guys, let me quickly move this stuff out of the way, and then I'm going to show you guys my updated pack. Okay guys, now this is a custom setup. A lot of people might not like it, but it's just what I've personally done with it to make it better. Because in my opinion, these straps on the end for the pack, those things are so thin, and I can push almost right through that padding. And that's the sad part is, military packs usually have some of the worst padding, but they are some of the best quality packs with some of the best storage capability and everything. It's just the straps usually suck. So usually I wind up looking into some better straps for these. Usually civilian market ones that are up to military specs. Usually that's what most people go for, and I don't blame them. But this is just my personal upgrade to this to make it better for me. Feel free to copy. I'll explain more about that design up there in just a moment. This down here is completely my idea. I don't really have any inspiration for it. I just did not like how thin, because this is your waist belt, is that thin thing right there, and then with this little flimsy buckle on the end. And the buckle's fine, it's just this strap sucks. I mean, it works, but it's not the best. So I took some Velcro, some sticky Velcro, and I wrapped it around it and hooked this piece off a fighting load carrier on there. Then I took another piece off of the fighting load carrier. Now you can kind of see it right there. It's just a solid piece with plastic in it. And I hooked that up. Now that's all cut. You can see right into the padding, but it's stitched in so it won't move. So you don't really need to worry about that. It works for me. And you know, if it does break, oh well, it's just spare stuff I can re-salvage. And then the pouches on here consist of an Alice compass / first aid pouch, LC2, so it's newer. Now this, I'm not sure if it's real military. I can never find a year, nothing. I mean, you can literally see right on in there. Hold on, I'm gonna unbutton it. I can never find nothing in it. And it felt real, kinda, but it doesn't. It's weird. It's a really weird pouch. I got it for $10 with a Shelby Co. P51 can opener. So I don't know, but either way, the strap here is cinched down with electrical tape because I don't really need to use all that molly crap that's up there. The pouch on the front here is a double magazine pouch up to Marine Corps standards. It's it can carry up to 2 in each pouch, so that's 4 mags right there. I'm personally not going to use it for that, at least not at the moment. Maybe when I'm older, but that's beside the point. Same trick here for the mounting process, and you can see this piece better right there. It's just this solid piece that slips in, and it holds the belt, or it holds the canvas in between there, and it's fine. It works just fine. And you know, I'll show you guys what I did to get a hold of that. This right here is what I got. And then I used now I've used a lot of this, working on this, trying to give it capability for patches, but it didn't work out too well. But this works if you just wrap it around some molly webbing. And you get, you know, the female and the male end. So you also get that version. It's a useful item. It's only like $10 at your local Walmart. At least for me it was. Another item that I did to this, as you guys can see, there's a strap around there. There's also this. This is just on here temporary. It's because I'm about to do a little bit of a trip for a day or so. So I'm going to test out the pack while I'm out and about. Just their standard sternum strap, nothing special. But I'm going to flip this around. You guys might be able to see this. I'm going to put on my light. This is a worn out Alice pack strap with a hole in it. And people are going to hate me for that, because a lot of people, you know, don't want to damage these. It was an LC1, or no, an LC2 Alice pack strap. And it was in really bad condition. I mean, you can see that. I didn't do that. That was like that when I got it. I'll even turn off the light so you guys can see it better. But I ordered this to replace mine because they were taken apart, because I never put them back together. Turns out the parts on this, I just wound up reusing them to fix up mine. So this thing's completely stripped. There's nothing on it no more. It's just a piece of padding now. And what I did is I took 2 holes in the top, or one at the top, one at the bottom, and then I fed the strap around, and that gives us better padding. And then obviously I just taped everything down up there, and I cinched everything down up here. And then same thing for the other side. And then that makes for a really good mod, and it's very comfortable too. Or it's not very comfortable, but it's more comfortable than before. I get way better padding. In total, I get like pretty much almost double the original padding than what I had before I did this modification. Now, I got inspiration for that off of Renaissance Marines personal pack, which was also a patrol pack, or an assault pack I meant. Now I think his was in BDU, or I think it was either still in ACU or it was in something else. think it was multicam or BDU. Either way, it was an assault pack, and he used some type of strap, and then he took a thing around with buttons on it, and he soldered it in, and he buttoned the spare pads on there. I used Alice ones, but he did something like that. That's where I got the inspiration, and it really does work. It works just fine. You know, it don't need to be perfect. And then the strap that I use is actually the upper pack strap that I fed around. I was going to use it as an extra strap to cinch stuff down, but it works better this way. So yeah, that's my personal pack mods. Now, I did take off those a long time ago, but other than that, nothing else is different. Currently, it's fully packed up. I'm not going through my pack, because right now it just has filler items, besides my snacks and water in the front pouch. I will be reorganizing it, but either way, what's important is I wanted to show those modifications. So yeah, that was something I wanted to show you guys, is the upgraded pack. Maybe that'll help you guys out with the assault pack problems, because it's very obvious that those things are not very comfortable, because the shoulder straps, as you guys clearly saw, were too thin. But I hope that little inspiration helps you guys out, and let your reuse parts. And I do recommend, try to save most of your stuff. You know, say a piece of gear wears out, try to save it. You can reuse the stuff. I've been doing it for over 3 months now, and you guys saw I built that rig using spare parts from Vietnam gear, spare Alice clips, and I was able to mix old and new gear. You guys saw I used parts off of salvaged gear to make a backpack better. So yeah, I do recommend using that. Other than that thing is, I did get this to replace my old one, because I had a older school one of these, and it was more in that color and that material. Or I mean, it's more like this material, but it's more like that color. And it was an LC1 canteen cover, and you know, it did originally have that canteen in it. I got this one from my great uncle Steve. He was the sheriff of one of the counties nearby, but you know, because the sheriff's department, they got a lot of military gear from the military, but this was the one that I just got. And I took the little, if this thing would stop getting in the way, the little ring that goes on there, that piece right there, and I put it up on this canteen, because I'm not going to use this one. This is just one for filler. It came with this canteen cover and this sling, but it turns out this isn't even the right color, so I'm not even sure if I can use it for a late 80s impression. And then this is my web gear, Alice web gear for the late 80s impression. I'm probably going to end up switching that out for another canteen cover whenever I get one of the older Alice type that looks like this and not that LC2 crap, because I do prefer the older look than this newer look. This just looks ugly. I don't like how bright and metallic that looks compared to the old one. But yeah, that should be it. Items in my collection. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have nothing else. I do have a small box. I might go ahead and look through that and show you guys what's in there, just to, you know, so you guys can get to see a better view of the collectibles all. Now I'm going to keep my pack to the side of the video, just because I don't feel like putting everything up right now. So let me set this down. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and swap the camera. Alright, now I'm going to set down patches first, and I have a lot of patches. I'm going to slowly go through everything, so that way you guys will get to see my full correct collection. My bad, I can't speak English. These are Sergeant First Class ranks. I believe they go like that. They're off my original BDUs through in the 90s. I use them a lot. This one I got from the veteran when I bought my Alice pack. That man was in the Air Force. I actually me and my mom talked him down $5. Got the Alice pack for $20 instead of $25. At the time we thought it was a Vietnam backpack. And then this one is in the 11th Airborne from World War II. This one's not military, but I'll go and throw it in. This one's off one of the places I've been. I went zip lining more than once just a couple years ago. I still got some of the merch from there. My good friend Charles took me, and then I ended up getting a hat from him at one point, and I took the patch off of it because the hat was in bad condition after all those years because of everything that went down. This is one that my dad found at some point, and I found it in a bunch of his stuff. It's just a national park patch. And then this is a USENTAF patch. And these are like the air traffic control guys or something like that. But it's a pretty decent patch. Obviously, I can't really use it for nothing, but I took it off of a jacket that Bad Feller ended up getting for me at a thrift store. But, you know, I did take the jacket apart because I didn't really need the jacket and I wanted to save the cloth. I saved what I could because I wasn't going to use the jacket. It was a new one, but it still had all these patches on it anyway. Plus I needed the new buttons. Anyway, there's those two. I don't know the ranks on them. Here's one off of the jacket I got the day my dad passed. I still have it, but it no longer has the patches on it. And then there's the Air Force patches off of it. It's also got another one. I hate to give out names, but y'all have seen this one before. Apparently it's an Indian name. Now this next one came off of my 90s M65. So there's another one. This one's kind of a funny joke I always make. I got a Family Guy movie prop. Because if you guys remember, Stewie went in the Army at one point. And that's an Army name tape because it's multicam. There's another one. I got that one as well. This one I got from a veteran. Now, one of these flag patches I bought and the other one came from a veteran. I think this one's the one that came from a veteran because it's got the gray on the back, just like all the other ones, like my Tennessee cookie. This one's the one my dad got me with an ACU uniform. This one I think I bought it because it's got the black bagging on it and it's smaller than the military one. Or at least I think that's a military one. I don't know. Let me know, guys, because they're complicated. Another one from that Air Force jacket that I took apart. Another one from that jacket as well. I used to have two of these, but I only have one now. Got this from that same Bad Feller, but I didn't throw it away. There's no point. And this one I got from a veteran. He's one of my neighbors. He served in Vietnam. He was also the fire chief. That man is an absolute really good dude. And he gave me this. Actually, he took a picture. I let him take a picture of me in full BDUs. He sent it over to his buddies at the veteran meeting they had. And, you know, they showed the picture, and one of his friends sent me back this 7th Battalion, 3rd Artillery, which is what he was in. Another item that I do have is my World War II dress belt. This is just the thing that holds it together. But I've had this for a long time. I paid $40 for it. It doesn't fit me. It has a name in it. I showed it in a previous video about a year or so ago. So if you guys want to look deeper into that, you can. I'm just going through this stuff right now. This is something from my Vietnam impression. So there you go. 1969 dated. Oil cleaner. These are kind of hard to get, and these are flak vest strings. My other pair of them are on my M69 flak, which is hanging up right now. This is a USS Arizona Memorial Buckle to commemorate Pearl Harbor. And it's in really good condition. One of the items that I did get while trading. And it was really not, the trade was not worth it. I'm just saying that right now. These are original strings that were holding my M67 suspenders together when they were in storage. I had both of the original strings. Instead of cutting them or untying them, I managed to get them off just by slowly picking them off. Another thing is I have a whole bunch of these bags, of these Hue Toy bags or whatever they're called. Hold on. Yeah, Hue Toy or something like that. But yeah, they're just little bags that were meant for M16 mags back in Vietnam. But, you know, the military ended up selling them. I use one right now for this impression bag, which has my face paint, which, you know, it's not in a realistic container, but it doesn't matter. It's still face paint, still military. I mean, it's just like the military ones, really. There's my toilet paper rations from newer MREs. Same for my matches right there. Another item is a wallet. Came from Iraq. Soldier brought it home. This is from what I was told when I bought it. And it does have the original Iraqi dollar in there. It has a bunch of other collectible money that I went over in previous videos. And I do think, yeah, this one also has a dollar in there too. I forgot to mention. My blouse and cables, nothing special there. This bullet is from my Papa Woody's gun salute. Peanut butter can original. From, I believe it was 1970. No, it was 69. It was 70 or 69. Maybe it was 68. Either way. And 1 grain clip. A modern AK mag. Just that one of my old friends gave me a while ago. Vietnam, the wall coin. $1965 penny. Original slide keeper that me and my buddy Charles broke before I properly knew how to use them, because we're dumb. This was one of my Papa Woodies. I think this was called a Navy Exploration one. Exploration badge. This is a Civil War bullet. It's Union made, but I believe it to be captured by Confederate because it was found with Confederate bullets. So, because Confederate ones, they were a 2-ringer, not a 3-ringer, is what the myth is that everybody says. Oh, I also forgot to mention the original ration from the 60s or 70s, maybe 80s. I never could find a year. And the bag actually had it's like an older Ziploc, and it had like napkins and stuff in it. It was in my Alice pack for quite a while, even after I had already owned it for all that time. I found it, and it's back in the hotels. Next thing I'm going to go over is just something just to show you guys a little bit of an idea of my collecting. Old Sweatband. This is from my original M1. Parts from an FLC. You can see all kinds of different webbing straps. Straps from the British pack. Taken apart M60 or M56 suspenders. Straps from hunting gear. Different padding and things. Condor pieces. You know, just things that I salvage that in the end could be really handy to have. Just because I can reuse all of it and then not have to go out and go buy more. And so guys, I thought that originally I had discovered everything I wanted to show you guys, but I just want to go through a little thing real quick just to give you guys a hint at, you know, the type of things that I hold on to reuse. And these are strings from all kinds of different things. These were from a bag, like a little cinch up nylon bag, just a civilian one. It's for like a motorcycle helmet or something. I found it, just some crap that moron had that he left, and we just found it. And that was after, you know, everything that went down. But it's just Alice pack pieces, and then Molly straps from every type of molded gear I've salvaged from. And this is just a whole bag of spare parts. Civilian, military, you name it, it's in there. I got buttons, straps, buckles, zippers, and then all of that is just buckles and canteen pieces and things in it that were just bulky. But I just wanted to go through that and just show you guys just type of things that you can reuse. I hate seeing things go to waste. You know, something my dad had taught me years ago is, you know, to try to not just throw things out that you can reuse. Because I saw him literally salvaging TV parts, all kinds of things, and reusing it, and then selling those that he fixed up. So, you know, just something I picked up on after a while, once my collection grew. But either way, I do have one final item to show you guys. I promise it's the final one. It's not military, but it is just something in my collection that is sort of military-ish related. I did not hold that properly, my bad. It's an M-Tech K-bar, but it's actually a really sturdy knife. For 40 bucks, it's actually pretty sturdy. I don't know if it's a full tang or not, but it doesn't wobble, and it feels really strong. It's also decently sharp. Only problem is that they should have put that right up there, like on most military knives, because every time I go to put this thing in there, or even pull it out, you know, of the sheath, it just gets really, really annoying. Like, I mean, I gotta deal with that every time. As you guys can see, it's just kind of a hassle to fight it on there. But still, just, you know, just either way, guys. I've officially shown y'all my full collection for now. Well, I didn't show all of it, because I didn't go over the Vietnam boonies and the World War II dress uniform and all that. But you guys have seen them in previous videos. Same with that Korean jacket that's in it that I also forgot to mention. But they were in older videos, and I've showed them like 3 or 4 times in all those different videos. So I won't show them again, there's no point. But, like I said, guys, that should be all my collection. Next time I upload, you guys will see the rest of it. If I do get more, I don't know yet. I'm probably going to grow my collection a bunch, but I'll wait before I make a video about items like I typically do, because I don't just want to come out with 13 videos over single items. You know, I'm going to wait till I get a pile of them and I'll show them. So yeah, I will see you guys again later. Hope you have a blessed day, and I will talk to y'all later.